Yeah.
Yeah, was on
So
steroids. This
yeah,
was
I
the
think
people.
it wasn't it wasn't acid or something, I don't know. But yeah, thank you to have me for talking about the new proposal that we make with bio and wrap, thanks to Pump Science again. Thanks to you guys. So we are really glad to present this to people. So our proposal is to enhance the liquidity on the top performance molecule on Pump Science. And thanks to Pump Science team, we are going, if the votes are okay, to do a liquidity pool with Bio. So the goal is to buy 25 sold on the Pump Science side. We also bought 25 solar on our side, and we will pull it with bio if the proposal is accepted. So if you guys are holding some bio, please go vote when it's live, so we can make this happen.
The
Let's go.
community is bullish on that proposal.
Yeah, they are, and they should be because bio is freaking flying right now. I don't know if
Yeah,
anyone's following.
yeah. Our two Hayes just bought like
Yeah,
1
did you
million
see that?
is yeah. That's fucking bullish for this. I hope you will buy some wrap with the pool.
So crazy. Look at that 1 day
That's
chart.
crazy.
Yeah,
This is turbo reversal.
so good. Anyway, yeah, fired up. So, yeah, basically, like, I mean, what can you share with us? Like, if this proposal happens, like, what does that mean?
Yeah, the main goal is to really push the compound on pump science to be more liquid and to be in the front of the main actor bio protocol. So all the bio holder will be able to swap easily with the liquidity pool. They will also be able to add some liquidity in the liquidity pool with some bounty from the fees that will be generated, and maybe there will be some buyback of wrap with the fees. So yeah, this is really bullish. We are really hyped to propose this, and we hope that the proposal will be validated. So everyone from the bio community could be able to have the ability to swap in wrap machine.
Awesome. So,
Um,
yeah, maybe just to recap a bit. So, what this proposal does is, so for any king of the pill, Pump Science will buy 25 SOL of that token. And also, we'll take as many tokens as are contributed by the team, and we'll put that into a liquidity pool with Bio. And so Bio will contribute because they want Bio token holders to have access to the top performing compounds on Pump Science as well. And I think a big part of like the challenge here is getting as much science funded as possible while making the tokens liquid for whales to move in if they would like. And so these are kind of at odds with each other without something like this. So what I mean is if we make the liquidity requirement to migrate from the bonding curve really high, then less science will be funded, right? And we'll get less experiments off the ground. But if we don't do something like this, then the tokens, once they reach the AMM and like secondary markets, they won't be super liquid. And whales will look at the token and be like, there's not enough liquidity for me to move in size. And so I'm not going to buy. And so that really limits the ability of these tokens to like move in price. And so, and they're just going to be like much more volatile and much less, much less attractive to whales who want to place larger orders. And so what this does is it allows us to both keep the liquidity requirements small to get compounds off the ground on our launch pad while enabling, compounds that have proven that they're, scientifically valuable and like the most valuable on platform to be able to have whales move into those tokens. So that's really the challenge we're trying to solve here for. Hope that makes sense. Do you agree with that? Anything else you guys want to add from your side?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good recap, yes. I want to thank you, Bio Protocol, to making this happen because they are a real G.
Yes. Bioteam's
Yeah.
real OGs.
And just from a process perspective, I think it's currently posted. And then in a couple days, it seems like it'll move to a vote. And then after that, if the vote passes, then it will be ultimately implemented. So we are following the governance process on the bio side, but yeah, excited to get that vote underway.
We need someone to talk to Arthur Hayes to vote yes with his 1 million.
We're coming for it.
Yeah. We should tell him to basically ape all that new bio that he has into rap.
That would be answer.
You never know. Someone tag him on Twitter. Could happen.
You will tag him when the pool is ready.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. Feel free to stay on, but I think we'll just get back into the experiments if that's chill with you.
So
Cool.
up we have resveratrol, and I think somebody said it best. I'll take a cup of wine. Why would someone be talking about wine? What the heck is resveratrol?
Do you not know, or is this like
No, I mean I know, but I think it'd be good to tee up for our community.
Cool, yeah. So on the skin of grapes, I believe, is yeah, like you can find resveratrol. And so, I think that there have been a lot of papers published on like, ooh, a glass of red wine a day or, every so often is actually good for you. And I think people have been saying that for a while, and I think that scientists have been trying to figure out why that is. And so some hypothesize that it's due to this compound, which you can find in the skin of grapes, called resveratrol. And for several reasons, they think it extends lifespan. I don't know how much I believe it, but the main proposed mechanism of action for resveratrol, why does resveratrol increase lifespan, is the activation of this class of proteins called sirtuins. And so mainly this one called SIRT1. And so, yeah, basically, I believe all of this has to do with, basically stress resistance and, basically caloric restriction. But I think it also has to do with like DNA, DNA repair. And so basically over time, as you age, your DNA, which are kind of your body's instructions, basically break down over time. So the instructions, if you think of it as like a book, when you are born, all the instructions are very clear. And over time, people like erase some things and, white out and write in something else, like in the margin of the book. And so these are called mutations or basically changes. And most of them are bad for you. And things like resveratrol can basically slow down that process of, the DNA basically getting all mixed up and making changes and ensure that it's, the book changes less often, basically. There's less remixes of it, right? Because you want it to stay the same, right? You want the instructions to be consistent throughout your life. So this is the hypothesized mechanism of action of resveratrol. People, like some scientists are extremely bullish, but many are very skeptical of resveratrol, just given the studies that have shown that it increases life are a bit sketchy, to say the least. And I don't know, we got Krister on the call. I'm curious if he has any specific comments here, but as far as I understand, the studies that proved that resveratrol increases lifespan in mice, they were feeding the mice like a pure sugar diet, which is obviously not realistic. But yeah, curious what Krister has to say.
If we look, for example, at the AKG, resveratrol, and also NMN, those three compounds, to just summarize those three, you can say that it's like the improving the power station in the cell, the mitochondria. And they're doing these things in a little bit different ways. And currently, I think AKG has the best data when it comes to different animal models, but there exists also some human data. When it comes to resveratrol, I think if I remember it correctly, the worm data and fly data can be quite good, but yet the mice data, they have not yet succeeded in getting good effect on it. So, but it can be a dose problem there.
So interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be, a part of pump science, I feel like, is being able to test new ideas and then even like validate old ones. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out for sure. We do have two from the community. Someone saying, as a scientist myself and into life extension, this work is really amazing. Keep it up. This is what science is all about. Love to see it. Crypto LA 86. We see you out there, fam.
Yeah, thanks for joining. Okay, so I apologize for interrupting, but I did just want to share what happened with AKG. So we did an investigation into why the control worms lived 25.8 days, and it seems like the CRO updated the data set and didn't inform us. So the control worms did not live 25.8 days. They lived, I think, less than 21 days. And so AKG did have a life extension percentage.
Thank you.
Let me get you the exact number. I apologize for that. The CRO did not notify us that they changed the data. So
I was working
yeah.
at the meme right now, fighting with the biggest worm in the world. I was just right now. I was memeing.
Yeah,
I was doing
yeah.
the meme and try to post it because
Yeah.
it's funny. If you live one day in your life without laughing, even if you work, even whatever you do, you have to have a time to laugh. About something that doesn't succeed. You have to laugh in order to have power to take it over again, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Super that it's only 21 days. So alpha ketoglutarate, it's a positive thing for worms.
Yes.
Thank you,
Yes, it did.
Krister, for backing me up. I read about alpha ketoglutarate. Thank you for backing me up. Yeah. And we will go on with flies and mice, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
One
Whatever
to
it
see
takes.
it.
And I think one thing that you guys have pointed out that can be good to just raise one more time is that the control is the untreated worm, and in some cases the untreated can live shorter time, much shorter time than usually, and in some cases very long time, as it did in this case. But yeah, then you corrected it, so it will be, I think you said 20 days, which is maybe quite normal in this case, because if I remember it correctly, rapamycin had also a control around 20 days.
Yeah. So
And
okay.
20-day
Yeah.
work.
So
Yeah, I remember.
yeah. So I just confirmed it was 20.76 days. So the life extension of alpha ketoglutarate was about 10%.
There you have it.
There you have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
10%
So
life extension.
I'm good with that. I'm good with that
Yeah.
because my expectation was there, not 10, but it's an improvement. Can't wait to see the flies and mice, and yeah, move on.
But then we also can have another parameter that can also impact, and it's the dose that can be, for example, optimized. It can be, for example, this dose was too high or too low. That is something that could also be looked at. Then one third thing is like the environment which the worm is living in. There you can also change different
Temperature,
things like the temperature,
humidity.
DMSO concentration, etc. So there are many things that can play in, but good that we got one positive result there.
Yes,
Thank you.
sir. Cool. Should we move on to NMN? Should we see what the heck NMN does?
NMN, let's do it.
Let's go. Hi guys, how you doing?
GM, thanks for joining. We have the drug dev
Thank
for
you.
NMN here.
Thank you for having me.
Are you taking NMN?
Do you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, great. How you doing?
Yeah, great. I'm just curious. There are some people who are taking NMN. Are you one of those?
Yeah, I'm one of those. That's great. I'm taking
Have you
NMN,
seen
NAD, both.
Have you seen any improvements?
Yeah, a lot of improvements with sports and energy throughout the day, and that's really great. And basically, it's a direct precursor of NAD plus, the molecule that fuels our cells, metabolism, DNA repair, the whole deal. So the problem is NAD drops as we age. So I thought about taking it, and it's good. It's NMM already showed promising results in preclinical studies. So it's a great molecule, and we're building something really great, a protocol around trust, data, and powered by scientists, researchers. It's great.
How did you hear about NMN?
I started to study NMN at university, and with that, I've studied a lot of nutraceuticals and supplements. And from those supplements, I decided to choose NMN because I've seen the promising results, the research behind that, and so I was really curious about that, and then I dig a lot to find out more, and it's a promising supplement.
Way cool. Yeah, there's been a few people that we've spoken to who either from different journals or work while they were in university have gotten really into certain compounds. And it's been cool to see them then turn around and launch those compounds or want to submit those compounds on our platform. So, yeah, I love that you found it when you were in your studies. And yeah, we'll see the results.
Yeah, that's great. And we are kickstarting a movement, not only this molecule, but the entire project is great. We are speeding up science, and we are creating something new, really great. I'm happy with the project, and I'm happy to say that I'm here from day zero, day one. And
No way. How did you find us day one? That's what I think is so fascinating.
yeah, I had a friend that was really into crypto,
and I am a scientist, and he found out about pump science and decided to tell me instantly. So the day he found out about pump science, he wrote me a message and said to me, "Look at this project. I know you are into science and stuff. I think you could find this very great." So it is. Here I am.
I remember you as one of our early Telegram community members, which
Yeah.
is now up to like 14 or 15,000, I think. And I remember when our Telegram was like 10.
Yeah.
And so it's
Yeah. Exactly.
been so cool to see that number grow. But
Yeah.
if you can believe it or not, there was a time when it was just like me and Benji messaging back and forth in that
Yeah.
Telegram. So we've come a long
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Got a ways
Long
to go
way.
for sure, but yeah, we from 2 to 14,000. It's been cool, and yeah, I remember you in there early days. So fun to
Yeah.
not only have had you in there, but now see you here at this moment, right? Like with a compound that you're, the drug dev for that we're going to share the results for. So talk about like a full circle moment.
Yeah. That's a great journey, really.
Yes, it's just beginning, fam. It's just beginning.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, curious question. What university did you study?
I studied biotechnology, industrial biotechnology in Italy.
Italy. Okay. I know, for example, that there are some quite big interest in Asia around
Yeah.
NAD boosters. You know that,
Yeah, absolutely. Asia and United States as well.
It is funny now that, pump science is, I spend a lot of time like researching different compounds. My social media algorithm, the content that is coming up is like all about different compounds, people like biohackers or people who are taking things, trying things. So it's been cool to like curate the content that I'm getting, but it is coming in hot.
Yeah. Benji, you have a really cool suit, a pink
Thank
suit.
you so much.
That's great. Next meeting, everybody with that
Everybody.
suit. Everybody.
I can send you the link for it if you want.
Yeah.
Do it. What you don't know is Benji was out in the wild in that suit. So he was out not only wearing it on the streams, but in real life.
Riding
Yeah, I
worms.
was riding the worms. I was trying to like record something interesting enough to watch on on a stream, just so we could like clip up and like I go ask people like, what are your thoughts about science, whatever. And I got too embarrassed and I chickened out and I ran away and I went home because it was so painful because like I was wearing a gas mask also and everyone was just looking at me and I couldn't
Benji,
handle the pressure.
I may or may not have the video, I think, loaded in here.
Okay, you want to pull it up?
Play it? Should I play it?
Yeah.
Let's see if it works.
Please.
Let's see.
Go talk to some homies about science.
Do you know about pump science?
Pump science.
Pump science, yeah. No? Never heard of it?
Never heard of it.
You will.
I will.
You will.
What does that mean?
It means it'll be famous one day.
Huh?
It'll be famous one day.
Oh. Just like microplastic.
Just like microplastics, bro. Let's go. Let's go.
You guys, I had to. I had to. It's too good not to.
Benji, be honest. You were waiting for someone to talk about your suit.
Oh my God. I was just like trying to look as ridiculous as humanly possible, and then I realized being out in the world looking as ridiculous possible is not very fun because then everyone looks at you and it's very uncomfortable. And I applaud the people that are able to do it. I'm certainly not able to do it. Anyway,
I bet
here
you
we
didn't
are.
know that I just had that ready to drop at a moment's
Yeah,
notice.
that was not great. Should we get back to the science?
Sure, sure. Fine. Fine.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, let's say that. Conversation over there. We're done with that. Krister, please do us a huge favor and tell us what the heck OmniPal is. How did you find it? Where does it come from? What does it do? Will it take us to Valhalla?
Yeah, the birth of this compound, it was developed by the GSK, the big pharma company, and was sold to Novartis, another pharma company. And the goal with that compound was to find some type of cancer treatment which is better than other types of cancer treatment. The thing that happened was that because they bought so many compounds from GSK, this compound was put on the shelf and was not looked at anymore. And then I talked to Matt Kabeline, the researcher, around 2003, the autumn, and we came to the conclusion that we should start the mTOR screening project where we try to find compounds which are better than rapamycin. And because rapamycin is currently one of the best compounds that has been discovered. It works in multiple species, yeast, worms, flies, mice. We have some data on rapalogs when it comes to humans. So the goal here with this project was to see, can we outperform rapamycin? And in the pilot project that I started, we screened 5 compounds, and one of those compounds was omeprazole. And the interesting thing with this compound was that it more than doubled the lifespan which rapamycin had in worms. So it had a really nice lifespan effect. And that was the start of the omeprazole journey. And then we have connected with different labs who have also looked at omeprazole, and we have also done some fly experiments. And we are building up more and more collaborations here and there. So and things look good. So that is super exciting journey this.
So, what would you say is like the best possible outcome for omeprazole? Like in a dream or scenario, how would this impact the world?
Yeah, that is a good question. The thing that we see that mTOR inhibitor, if we look, for example, what does a mTOR inhibitor do? There exist 2 basic biological processes in our human body, but all animals also. It's anabolic processes, which is about building up, repair, etc. And then you have the catabolic processes, which is about cleanup and breakdown. And many of the different compounds, longevity compounds, are catabolic activators and inhibit anabolic processes. Rapamycin, for example, is one of those. Calorie restriction is another one, and omeprazole is a third one. So the thing that we think is that if we can find a really good longevity sweet spot between the anabolic and catabolic processes, then we can come one step closer in radically slowing down the aging process and the development of age-related diseases. And the ultimate goal is, of course, to stop aging. So, but I don't think that we will achieve that with a single compound, but we may come a little bit closer in slowing down the aging process in a much better way than rapamycin.
Incredible. So just to kind of recap, there are these two processes in our bodies: anabolism, which is building tissue, like basically like becoming a larger as a person, and catabolism, which is restricting, like, you know, basically our size, essentially, just mass.
Yeah.
Like your body is converting more mass than it's accumulating, right? And what omeprazole does and rapamycin do, and caloric restriction, all this stuff that like is aging related, is, you know, take energy and accumulate it, versus what these drugs and these interventions do is they restrict it, and in the process they slow down our aging.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense.
And if you also look, for example, at lifestyle interventions like exercise, when you do, for example, when you go to the gym and lift some weight, then that weightlifting is a catabolic process. You break down the muscle. But when you stop the exercise, go home, eat your food, and recover, then you activate the anabolic processes so that your muscle grows. So it's important to not overdo the catabolic processes or the anabolic processes. The important thing is to find the right balance there.
Amazing. And so it makes perfect sense. Like, you definitely don't want to just starve yourself. Like, that doesn't seem very good for like long-term aging, right? Like, you need to find that balance between anabolism and catabolism. But I guess like the question is, from like a commercial perspective, how could we get omeprazole to people? Let's say that it's this incredible life-extending drug that you say it is. How could we get it to people? Is it just as simple as like, you know, buying it and taking it? Like, you know, would you see this becoming a supplement? Would you see it, you know, being developed for a disease? Like, what do you see as like the path to, like, I want omeprazole. Like, how do I get it?
Yeah, the omeprazole is a pharmaceutical drug, so it's not a supplement which you can buy in a store. So the path forward here is to, because currently it's on the shelf in the pharma company Novartis. So the thing that we need to do is, for example, to out-license this from them, which they have done, for example, for other mTOR inhibitors, but not for this one. And from there, you start the phase 1 and phase 2 trials to see that it's safe and has effects. And there are different paths to take when it comes to after the phase 2 human trial. Here you can, for example, take the path and try to do the phase 3 trial, or if we, for example, in the community decide that we will do an exit and sell it to a big pharma company who will take the IP forward. This is quite common way of working. So yeah, there are different ways of pushing things forward, but eventually the goal is to get it, for example, FDA approved. And when it's FDA approved, then physicians can prescribe it to patients. And yeah, we are out in the market.
Incredible. And in order for it to be FDA approved, doesn't it have to be approved for a specific disease? Like, what disease would you go after? Like, has it, you said that Novartis and GSK tried it for cancer, but it's shelved. And so, like, what does that tell you?
Yeah, the thing, if we look, for example, when it comes to cancer treatment, the dose protocol differs quite much. So dosing is the key here. When you use too high doses, you get quite high side effects. For example, vomiting and other things, unpleasant things. But this you can also get with all types of interventions. Let's say that you overdose exercise. I have seen people vomiting because of that also. So, and if you drink too much water, for example, that can be detrimental and you can even die from it. But if you find the right dose, then it is a beneficial effects that you can achieve from that. What was the question now, Ben? I was
Oh, it's
I
all
lost
good.
a little bit.
It's all good. No, I hear you. So I think
Yeah.
what you're saying is like they overdosed the patients in the phase 1 because they were
Yeah.
trying to treat them for cancer. Maybe omeprazole isn't a good cancer treatment, but that doesn't mean it's not a good longevity intervention, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I think what
But
I struggle with personally is like the FDA is all around curing diseases, and that becomes the burden of
yeah,
proof to getting a drug FDA approved. You have to cure a disease. You can't just
yeah,
show, oh, I extend life and otherwise healthy people without a disease and get it FDA approved. And so I think this is what I've always had a challenge with in understanding where these drugs go. It's like we want to get them to people, but the FDA is
yeah,
not set up for life extension as an endpoint. But
yeah.
yeah, it's like where do you go from
Yeah,
there?
yeah. So the question was, okay, what endpoint should we target when it comes to, for example, omeprazole? I think that is a very tricky thing when it comes to different longevity interventions, because currently we don't have one single longevity intervention that is FDA approved for longevity. But there are different endpoints which we could, for example, look at. I know, for example, the researcher John Manick is looking, for example, at influenza impact when it comes to mTOR inhibitors. There are also another researcher who is looking at periodontal disease, and when it comes to bleeding gum. There are some quite interesting data when it comes to mTOR inhibitors and rejuvenating the dental health. So there are different paths to take here. The thing that we need first to do is the mice experiments. so that we get that right. After that, I think things will really take off, and we will start to get much more people connected to the lab and helping out in finding the right endpoint for us.
Amazing. And what do you want to see in the mice? Like, what's the best case scenario for the mice study?
The best case will be that we also double the lifespan when it comes to compared to rapamycin. Then that will be a huge thing. But maybe double will be a too high goal. But I think we have a good chance in outperforming rapamycin, I think, if we get the dosing right.
I mean, if you look at this data, I think it would agree with you.
I haven't looked here. I've been talking here now. What can go through here? What has happened?
Well, I think what you can see is you could probably build an entire country between these two curves, which means that the worms receiving omepallicib there's just way more of them alive at every single time point relative to the control worms. And if you take the average lifespan of the compound worms divided by the control, right now it's 37% longer mean lifespan, but we'll have to see what the median is. But this is insane. This is insane.
The interesting thing here is that even if this is really nice data, the best recorded lifespan that we have got on omepallicib is 63%. So,
wow. So and was that from Aura?
It will. Yeah, this is from Aura and also from another lab in Spain. They got around, was it, I think, around 50% or something like that. So
wow. Was it at the same dose?
Yeah, same dose. It's 10 and 10 micrometer. Wow. So the thing, as I said before, do you have the medium lifespan data here?
No,
or
not yet. Not yet, because it's not over.
Not yet, yeah.
It's not over.
But it looks, the graph looks quite nice here. But
I mean, these worms just won't die. They just won't die. This is crazy. Immortal worms.
Yes. So for people who aren't as familiar with Kaplan-Meier curves, you want a lot of space between those lines. So saying you can build a country or have a country in there is a really good thing.
Yeah.
There you go. 37%.
37%. Yeah, that's 37%. But that needs to be that is better than rapamycin, right?
That is better
I think
than rapamycin.
Rapamycin was around, was it
34%?
44, yeah. So, and here we also see, if you look at the control lived almost 2 days longer than the rapamycin also. So if we...
Well, you know what happened here? Do you know what happened here? The worms wouldn't die where they typically end the experiment. And so they ended the experiment and half the worms were still alive. That's crazy. That is crazy. So they censored it. They censored it. That's insane. Well, Krister, you know what this means? Do you know what
The
this
king is here.
The king is here.
The king is
Congratulations.
here.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Nice. No, but
Congratulations.
Wow.
thank
Congrats,
you.
bro.
No, but thank you. No, but super great to accomplish this. Now the next step is the fly experiments, and let's outperform also that. The interesting thing, I really like the king throne matrix that you have created here, because it creates a gamification feeling, so that the other dev teams will definitely try to beat that king. So it creates a nice motivation to push the science forward. So great work there.
Exactly. That's the whole idea. And it's easy for you to like the game when you're the winner. So. Oh my God. Unbelievable. Well,
but
Krister,
yeah,
I know that, you know, probably what you're working on and what matters to you may often fall on deaf ears, and many may not truly appreciate and value what you and your team are doing. But as far as we're concerned, you're the winners of our game as it stands. And
thank you.
we are very excited to keep supporting you with Omi Palisib and whatever other ideas you have, because we need to keep pushing this boundary. As you said, it is a gamification. And I think, you know, coming back to what Valentin was talking about at the beginning, it's like, this is the game, is to find out what will extend our lives the most. And we need to figure out what it is and also how to get it to people, because that's also a crucial step. And so if we have to go out license this from Novartis, like, let's go try do that. Literally whatever it takes to get this into people's hands and run a human study to replicate the findings that we're seeing in worms. But yeah, I guess like one step at a time. Let's see what it does in flies. Let's see what it does in mice. But very, very excited about this compound, and thank you for bringing it to the world and showing how powerful it is in this context.
Yeah, thank you. And last time we did history with rapamycin and achieving the best recorded lifespan extension in rapamycin in worms. And now today we do history where we get the new king with the best recorded lifespan in pump science. So nice.
Congrats, Christian. Congrats.
Yeah,
Huge,
thank
huge
you.
Congrats.
I'm starting to see a theme. Every time Krister shows up, we make some kind of history.
Oh my God, we're gonna have to keep bringing you back. Anyway, let's do it again next week. If we get at this rate, we're gonna live forever.
Only on, yeah, cool.
Awesome, cool, unreal. All right, guys.
Yeah,
there you have it. Omeprazole extends lifespan in worms by 37.2%. We will have to figure out. Well, first of all, we have the fly experiment already funded. In fact, we have two fly experiments funded for omeprazole. We're going to test it on two different strains of flies to see which one works best, and then beyond that, hopefully we'll get the funding necessary to test this in mice. But hopefully people see the promise in it and want to take it there. But yeah, that's what we're excited about. We should show that this data can hold in every single organism that we tested on. And then, yeah, hopefully one day we can run the same study in people.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Let's get this to mice. I know you said that would be a big moment for this compound, and would love to see it. It would be way cool to get it there. So yeah, excited to keep building the body of evidence for omeprazole. Way cool.
Yeah, let's do it, guys.
Let's do it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Any final words? Wow. Like, I don't even know what to say. Discoveries being made left, right, and center.
Yeah, let's see what compounds is next in the pipeline when it comes to worm experiments.
Yeah, so we have a bunch. I can pull up the list. But I think what's been so funny is, you know, basically like a lot of the compounds that we had submitted are just combinations of the same compounds that we know work. And I think this goes back to what you were saying, Krister, which is, you know, we're going to need combinations that's going to be what actually pushes the needle. But I think what was funny is like there were so many different combinations of like rapamycin and urolithin A and ginsenoside and omeprazole. Like we've got rapgoo and Ruli and you know all of these different people just making cocktails of all the different compounds. So I'm really excited by which of these combinations works best. I think. Don't forget about Omigoo.
What was that now? It was omeprazole and.
Let me see. Omeprazole, ginsenoside, and wait, let me see. Omigoo.
It was a free combination there, right?
Yeah, and urolithin A.
Yeah.
So I think people are just taking like all of the ones that we know work and combining them. And frankly, that's like a great way to be pushing the boundary as well. Not only will we need to find new individual compounds that work, but also which combinations work best. That work on different axes and work synergistically. So so yeah, I think like so all of these different like combinations are being tested right now. Hold on, I've got a list, but we have methylene blue that's being tested. We've got Omigoo, which is omeprazole, ginsenoside, RH2, and urolithin A. We have spermidine being retested. We have myriosin that's being tested for the first time, submitted by Valentine. We've got quartz that is being resubmitted at a different dosage to see if we can get a better dose right. We've got rapamycin, ginsenoside, and urolithin A instead of omeprazole. So it's rapgoo instead of omigoo. And we're also testing resveratrol and berberine again, also at different doses. So yeah, I mean, there's going to be a few retests. Basically, like I think Krister said this last time, trying to pick the right dose is like trying to hit a dartboard with your eyes closed in the dark, with your hands tied behind your back. So it's not easy. And so we're giving like an extra kind of shot on goal for a lot of these drug devs to try and like hit the target with the second go around. And then we're also testing a bunch of new compounds as well. And so more to come. There are going to be more compounds that are getting launched on Pump Science this week. We are going to be launching a compound in partnership with Curetopia, which is the rare disease DAO that's out of the bioprotocol. We're going to be launching a compound with Nootropics DAO that's slightly more focused on cognition and cognitive aging versus just like bodily aging, but we'll see how it does. And the goal there really is to get that compound into mice as well, and then run cognition testing on the mice and see whether the mice can think better. We're going to put them to we're going to give them some tests and see if they can score better on the compound that Nootropics DAO is launching. So big shout out to them. They announced it. And so, yeah, Jillian, if you want to like add that link through so people can find it. And then interestingly, we may have some psychedelics launching this week as well on Pump Science. So this isn't just for fun, but there have been some papers that have come out in the last few months actually that LSD and psilocin, which is the active form of psilocybin, which comes from magic mushrooms, may extend lifespan. And so this may come as a surprise to people. It certainly came as a surprise to us. And so rather than, take these other publications that are coming out at face value and say, okay, they definitely extend lifespan in humans, we want to submit them into this pipeline and see whether they actually work and whether we can replicate those findings. So Psychedelics DAO, PsyDAO, is likely going to be launching LSD and psilocin within the next few days. So I'm personally very excited for that, just because like there's tons of people that use these compounds and they have a very bad reputation. And I'm curious to see, are they as unhealthy and bad for you as people claim they are, or is there maybe something magical that we didn't know about in terms of the power of these compounds? So I guess we will see. And so yeah, those are all launching soon, but more to come as well. And so DSci summer just get started.
And the interesting thing there is, as I said before, the dosing is the key here. So if you dose, I haven't tested it, but if you dose LSD too high, then it's dangerous. If you dose it medium, then you probably get too much hallucination. If you microdose it, then probably you can get interesting effects. I don't know. It will be super interesting to see how it works in
I don't know.
worms,
I don't know.
flies, and mice.
Maybe it works. A friend told me it works.
A friend told me it works. Yeah, yeah, good.
Awesome.
Hey, Benji,
But that, yeah.
I was wondering if we are like just trying to make some new experiments. Maybe we can run something about autoimmunity. It will be great. I'm thinking about chloroquine. You mean the cortex from a tree, quinine? So maybe we can test this compound for longevity and maybe also to reduce autoimmunity. I don't know how are we going to do it, but it will be great.
Amazing. I mean, we can 100% test it. If you can order it, we can test it. So let's do it. Why not?
Yes.
Awesome. Anyway, I think that's all we got for today. Jillian, anything else?
I mean, that was quite the ending. You say that like a lot didn't just go down here. Well, yeah, huge congrats to everybody who joined. Huge thank you for people who tuned in, people who submitted ideas. As we mentioned at the start of the call, worms are the beginning. There's still a lot of science to do. Trading fees fund this research. So, with the results that we saw, we would love to see things get tested in flies and in mice. And this is just round one. So we'll be ready to run it back for compounds that have enough trading fees. Excited to see these compounds move forward. We do have a little video that we made for you, Krister, on the fly, real quick to celebrate the moment. So when we close out the stream, we will have a little commemorative moment here for the
Wait,
new.
you can't pull it up? You can't pull it up?
Should I pull it up here? Okay,
You
I'll
should
pull it up here. Okay, okay. Here you go. Here you go. Are you ready? Are you ready? It's just a little something.
Yep.
A new king has been crowned.
Looking good.
Was it the Omipal pill there? Oh, thank you.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
Just wanted to mark the moment.
Can you send that? Can you send that video to me also? I will put it in our chat or social media account.
If you can get omeprazole on the pill, that would be amazing. We couldn't. The AI was not cooperating, but we did try.
We can try, but this is our king of the pill and a new king being crowned. So all hail the new king of the pill.
All hail. All hail.
Cool.
No, but actually second time the king of the pill, because it was also involved in rapamycin. So Krister double crowned. Congrats, bro. Yeah.
Could have two, kings and worms duking it out in flies. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. But as Benji said, the combinational therapies is one interesting thing, and there are lots of single interventions that are unexplored. So yeah, let's keep exploring and push the science forward.
Yes,
I will do my best with myriocin. So
yeah,
looking forward to that.
Yeah, dude, Krister loves a challenger. This is the thing. He's not afraid. He's
I
not
will
afraid.
be there.
Come at
I will
it.
be there. Don't worry, bro. I will be there. I will do my best. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And start
good.
combining your compounds, Christopher.
Yeah, exactly.
Combine it. The important thing is that we solve aging once and for all, so that we don't need to die. That will be a great victory for us all.
Yes, sir. That's the real one.
Here for
Here we
that.
come. Here we come.
Here for that.
All right, guys. We'll end it there. Thank you so much again for joining.
Yep.
Unbelievable stream. Let's run it back next week.
Take care.
Same time,
Bye
same
bye.
place.
Peace, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.